To me, mandalas were always pretty geometric patterns from Tibet, India, or other places. What if there was a secret that could reveal advanced geometric concepts and information about projections in multiple contexts? For hydrogen atom energy levels, the right visualization of atomic energy or electron distributions like spherical harmonics or others could lead towards advanced theories incorporating things like the Aharonov-Bohm effect affecting the physicality of potentials and phase shifts. We could have a solution to provide a path to understanding energy, time, and certainty. We have this next mandala with a lot of synchronicities built in. Applied to The next mandala has a lot of synchronicities built in. Applied to an equirectangular to stereographic projection in the right parameters, we have the seed of life. What is going on? To figure out what projection is needed to make this happen, we need to know what's going on. To figure out what's happening, we can watch the particular figures and colors, temples, and where they can be mapped to in the projection. One boundary stretches underneath like a vault ceiling, the rest stretches outwards, and in focus there's just a little bit of, and in the center there's still the central figures. There's a lot of resemblances here. There's a lot of parameters to affecting the visualization. So what's happening? Remember, this was a square. You can see the edges are still on the outside in this view, but the rectangle is a tiny hemisphere or semicircle unless you look at it closely. The boundaries are hemispheres, or exospheres. They're obtuse. So what's happening here? How can we learn? Well, imagine a cube, and we have it here, as best as we can. And then we switch to a square grid and apply the second projection. And there's a lot of illusions happening right away. There's so many parameters, it seems impossible to break down exactly where you're at. Surely it's too distorted for my graph to maintain physicality with these arrangements. But still, there seems like hope. With correct transformation, there is hope. Our grid, with the right axis and field of view, resembles a portion of a polar plot. In Gridland, hidden is something like Sphereland, just lining up for the next projection. With the correct transformations, there's a lot of possibility. What's happening? We lined up a grid space in the middle, outlining undeniably a unique boundary. Can cardioidness be an artifact of our particular generation, or does it need further understanding? On and on, seemingly, we can turn to separate grid spots. Varying perspectives can cancel out. is this quantum. We can have analogous video wave vectors and waveforms, the parameterizations of which could be the eigenform because there's so many ways to look at it. It is particularly interesting when a particular part of the variables provide a new perspective on the video wave vectors and waveforms without distorting, or the distorted video makes for a 3D map in the waveform. Sometimes you can have the right parameters to change a transformation and change the video wave vector waveform in a way that is invariant. There are ways to parameterize these transformations to view the wave vectors and waveforms at angles in an invariant manner. Other times in quantum graphs I made, there was cardioidness if they weren't wrong. By understanding more visually vector spaces and transformations and effects of observing like parallax and invariance, we can glimpse at what few, if any, have understood. And if we could take graphics which have a quantum intensity hue value, perhaps when added up in the RGB waveform, which integrates the intensity and provides that graph, something like a probability density or measurement can be constructed.